Hello everybody and welcome to a very special, oh my lord, I'm using a camera. Please forgive me. But I said I was going to do another review on huge miniatures because I wanted to highlight some of the US manufacturers of paint and hobby supplies. And I ordered this metallic bundle. Now, there's about 10 paints in here, but technically I'd say it's only 9. One of them is a medium, a metallic medium. So, you get what you get. But you get a good selection in here, and I'm going to read that and show it on screen. One other thing I will note is that the box quality is actually pretty good for what you're getting. So let's dump these out real quick. Super professionalism going on right now. Yep, there we go. Get that out of the way. Okay, you get a good selection, I'd say, of metallics. You get, of course, let's go through the golds first. You get rose gold, which I find is a really nice base for a gold color. You get antique gold. You get bronze. And you get copper. So if you like Screaming Bell. And then finally in this color you get fool's gold. Now fool's gold over the rose gold looks really good, and I haven't even shaded that one yet. Then of course you get the metal medium. You usually mix a color with this to get another shade or type of coloring for a metallic. This is not a bad thing to get in a set. Then you got steel. Let's put that there. And you get iron, which looks really nice. You get platinum. And finally, you get silver. So, I'd say traditionally, most people with this are going to be using these three as kind of highlights. So, you'll probably use steel as your base. This is a highlight, and that is a top highlight if you really, really want. Even though I think you get away with those two. So, how do they look on a miniature? Well, I was prototyping some colors. Let's go ahead and get in there a little bit better. As you wish, camera. Whatever. Of course. Okay, let's try this. There we go. As you can see on the shoulders, you can see that gold. It is the rose gold base and the fool's gold over it. And this is without shading. We have a similar on the shoulder here, and on the little leg section, that is just steel shaded. On the gun itself, we have a combination of steel and rose gold used for the rounds in the drum, and of course up around the neck. Of course, this is a one I'm in prototyping. It's not finished effectively. It's a test model for my brother's sisters. I'm gonna put that over there with the thing I dumped out. Bravo me. And to just show people how they kind of work, we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of painting on this Orc Commando. Now you might be wondering, what's on this guy is effectively a very pale mix of Badger's Steinel Res white and gray, and then I put a Cadre gray from Army Painter over the high points, and of course the mechanically bits as we try to get it. Those have German, I'm going to try to tell you what it is, German camo black brown. If you're curious, there's the number. If you don't like that one, I liked a little bit of brown in it. There is, of course, the black gray, and there's the number for it. And if you can get it, another good option that is also a gel medium is this one. It is the Necro Gray. It's a SFG42. It's from Scale 70. Oh gosh, I forgot. It's the fantasy game for Scale Color. I like it a lot, but there might be some reasons you might not be want to shy away from the the gels. Now, why would you get these as opposed to my favorite color being the Vallejo Metallics or metal color? Well, it's really simple. If you are a brush licker, and some people do that just out of habit, let's go ahead and adjust that a little bit. You might not want to poison yourself, so this would be your compromise option. So let's go ahead and maneuver over here. I am going to very badly paint a little bit as I run over off camera to grab something because I forgot it. And I use glass little containers, these bouillon things, mostly as a way to get some stuff done. Alright, so I'm going to just straight up advise, if you're using any of these or get them, plan on shaking the unholy hell out of the dang things. They are a bit of a trip. Now you can see there, it is definitely a gel. So this wet pallette's not very wet at all. It's just a little bit from earlier. I find these tend to work better if you have what would be a good example? If you have a palette and you don't want to well, a palette works really well because these do not, in my opinion, go very well in situations where you need to oh, pardon me. Let's adjust this camera. It's trying to slide away. I think it wants to escape me, but I'm not going to let it do that. So you can see on the barrel there, looks pretty nice. My advice is definitely use it on a palette, effectively anywhere where it's not going to get mixed with water. It can mix with water pretty well, but holy cow, you can run into some true problems as it just repeatedly tries to escape me. Now I do have some water to clean out your brush. You don't want to get it all to build up too much on those. Now this is not going to be a big old here's my painting. Enjoy some AMSR of me talking crazy madness when I'm doing it. But effectively, I just want to show off how it works. I got way too much paint on that palette, but let's just make a day of it. Go ahead and get this quickly coated. Now you might notice it actually covers pretty well as my foam gets in the way. Beautiful. Just another little happy mistake. Now, of course, this is over a fairly dark surface. Oh, there we go. Starting to get it. As you might tell, I'm not usually a person that paints on the camera, especially since I have to look around the camera to do the painting. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. Now, this is actually, it covers very, very well. I like it a lot, but I will advise if you want to get these, it's probably not something you want to put on your wet palette. The only reason it's on my wet palette right now is because it's dry. But let's take a quick look just after kind of a almost dry brushing of sorts. It looks really nice. Now, of course, there's a lot of options you can get, and that's just the steel. It's no highlighting. That's none of these other colors. because I'm not quite sure all of what he wants colored and how. Let's just go a little bit and show this beautiful iron off. Just a tad, just a tad. And then we can go from there. Oop, it's going to poop out a little strain. That's beautiful. These gel ones are really, really thick when they come out, so you might accidentally get more than you really planned on. And I'm just being really sloppy, just to show how well it goes on. I still got that in frame. Cool. And I'm just slopping this on at the moment, being fairly in it. You know, regardless of anything, I can't say I've been elegant with this at all. I will never get that painting dance ever. Oh well, that's how it goes. But as you can see, as I struggle to get it there, it covers really, really well. My main thing is get your brush wet to keep it clean and workable, but don't waste your time on worrying about it being on a wet palette or anything of that manner. It covers really well. If you're familiar with Scale 75, it has a kind of a similar feel to it. And let's just be a little bit dodgy on that at the moment. It has a very similar feel to it, and once you kind of get the hang of it, you don't need to be as cautious as you would with a normal GW paint if you get too reckless with it. But I will say, watering it down can give you some decent effects if you want to, oh my lord, just do a lot of coats. This is better in case you just kind of want to slap it on, get a fairly good result. Do keep the brush clean though, and be able to kind of move on, because honestly these do perform really, really well, even when you're just kind of applying them with a semi-wet brush. As you can see, I'm trying to be somewhat careful so I don't have to go and recoat this guy. You don't want to mess up your bro's stuff, no matter how funny it could be. You just want to go ahead and slap that on there. Don't worry too much about being perfect. You're going to shade this anyways. And just to kind of go from there, do I recommend it as something to consider in the terms of paint? If you're in the United States and you're looking for a paint that can cover well once you learn how to work with the gel medium, effectively work with the paint dry, get your paint brush wet, take out the extra water, and it will work really, really well, especially over a black coat. As you can see, one quick application, I mean, you can be really rough and ready with this stuff. But I definitely will say I've been impressed by Huge Miniature stuff. Now, I'm not sponsored in any way. I did not get any of this. This was all purchased out of pocket without their knowledge of me doing anything. Now, I'm going to definitely say I think they're great. I'd recommend them. But you got to make your own decision. I'd say buy one paint, try it out, see what you think of it, and go from there. Now, thank you for coming over and watching a man do a horrible job at running a camera. Have a nice night. Bye-bye.